Good morning, good morning.
What's going on, brother?
How was your weekend, bro?
Pretty
Sorry,
good.
how was your 1 weekend day? Just Saturday. Friday's a work week.
That was good. Celebrated my birthday with family.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Where'd you guys
Thank
go?
you. Went to dinner. Had a nice dinner with the fam. Yeah. No crazy antics for me anymore on my birthday.
Keep it light.
Well,
Yeah, we had a party. It was Sophia's birthday yesterday. Turned 1.
nice.
Big one. Time flew by super quick.
Nice.
But a lot of people came out. It was great.
The whole family?
The whole family. Not everybody, but just people that could make it.
Yeah.
It was cold and yeah. But it was cool. It was cool. A lot of people came out though.
No, it's good. I know that she's born one day apart from me.
Yes, the day before.
Yeah. Jamie just couldn't have freaking popped her out a little bit later, bro. I wanted so badly for her to be born.
I text you. I'm sorry, bro. It's happening now.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen on your birthday, brother.
No, it's good. It's good times.
Yeah.
You excited for the Eagles-Niners game?
Yeah. They're saying it's supposed to be the game of the year because of last year's injury in the middle of the game. So there's a big possibility we might beat them. But Vegas has us as road favorites by 3 points. But I kind of feel like we're gonna win. But I also feel like it might be a trap because Vegas put us in at 3, so that means Vegas is trying to reel in everybody to put the bet on the Niners, but to basically get all the money when they actually think that the Eagles are going to win. But I don't know. I mean, they're underdogs. They're underdogs at what, 10-2?
10-1.
10-1.
10-1.
Sorry, I'm speaking. They're going to be 10-2.
Yeah,
but they're 10-1, and then we're what, 8-3?
8-3.
8-3.
Yeah.
So I don't see how we're the favorites, and we're going to their field.
Yep. They're the first 10-1 team with a healthy quarterback since 1970 to be at home underdogs.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, but if it is a money move by Vegas, that's smart as hell, dude.
No.
They are gonna rake in bucks.
Yeah.
By doing it this way.
And how do you feel about everything as far as the game?
Well, I think the Niners are going to treat the Eagles like 1950s housewives.
So what?
Well, they're going to slap them around for a couple hours, laugh when they try to fight back, go out afterwards drinking with the boys, and never feel any regret.
You're going to get us canceled, bro.
They already tried to cancel me, bro.
What are you talking about?
Oakland, remember?
Oh, Oakland.
Yeah, dude.
Good times.
Yeah, good times for you.
Yeah, it was
fucking
amazing.
Asshole. Fucking had a
How
whole...
long ago was that? That was like, what?
That was like 7 years ago, at least.
7-8 years ago?
Yeah, dude. You had an entire party of angry, pissed off women.
Not just women. There was a couple guys.
I mean, there was a couple guys, but they were pussies. They were them, theirs, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. They have pronouns now.
Well, that was around when Oakland was changing. It was more hipster or something like that. But hey, that was great.
That was
the party was. So the reason I did is because I didn't know anybody. You didn't know anybody. You only knew your roommate's best friend that was there.
Well, should I tell them what happened first?
Sure.
Okay, so basically...
Oh.
Yeah. Cheers, brother.
Think about that, bro. Cheers,
tradition.
Mm-hmm. Cheers.
So basically, one of my best friends, we went to this like housewarming party in Oakland, and then Andy came with me. And
I was all party in Oakland? Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah. But when we got there, it was filled with let's just say activists.
Yeah.
That's the
I think it was around the start of BLM when everything started coming out, and people were very sensitive and very not sensitive, but touchy on talking about certain things.
Yes. And the party was, kind of stale. And
I thought that for sure. And I was like, hey, this lady's having a good conversation. Let's bring douching in it.
You pretty much pulled a Kevin Lopez, bro.
What's Kevin?
Remember when Kevin shoved Alex in front of me and I blasted him when we were playing football?
Oh, yeah.
You did that to me.
And that was funny, too.
Bro, you put me into the firing line of like 15, 20 pissed off women.
Yeah.
I mean, again, there was guys there, too, but they didn't have my back.
Yeah. I think your roommate kind of tried to. She was trying to defend you in front of her people.
Well, no, she stepped in near the end when it was like when they were really ganging up on me.
I was just sitting back. I was just sitting back, drinking my beer, enjoying a nice
fucking
conversation.
Smiling.
I was like, "Hey, this is not a bad party." It's funny because when we got there the conversation was in the kitchen, and the house wasn't that big.
Yeah.
In the living room, you can see the kitchen from the living room and everything like that, and then you can also see the other bedroom and down the hallway just from the kitchen. So everybody was all spread out. 3 people there, 2 people here, 4 people there, blah, blah. Music was playing, but it was lightly. It wasn't that type of party. It was more of like a social type of thing. Mm-hmm. And then we were in the kitchen because we went to go get a beer, and then we ended up hanging out there the whole time, basically.
Yeah. Well, we started talking to that one guy about religion, remember?
Yeah. And then about how you don't believe in religion.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And
that's a whole nother conversation for another day.
That's going to be a deep one. That's going to be a big one.
But I was like, let's bring Dushin into this. Dushin you got into it, and then the whole party just shifted. They seen how serious our conversation was, and then everybody from the house was in the kitchen. And from that point, when we got there,
surrounding us,
conversation was just that the whole time. And until the end of the party, where people started to weather off little by little. Yeah. And then we left, and then I for sure, don't bring those guys back over here.
That was, I mean, now I can laugh about it, but that was one of the most intense, like, conversations I've ever been a part of. Because it really was you standing off to the side, smiling and laughing, watching like an asshole, like this scene play out that you started, while, again, I'm completely surrounded by a whole bunch of and then there was that really angry black chick, who was just, because I made a comment that they were saying that they don't need men and stuff like that, and I was like, well, no, women need, like, if women are going to achieve equality, they need men's help.
Yeah,
and that set her off.
Triggered.
She went nuts over that.
Yeah.
And my point, what I was trying to say is, throughout human history, or civilization, whenever there's a group of people that are oppressed, to gain freedom and equality, they've always needed the help of their oppressors. Mm-hmm. So if men are oppressing women, women need men's help to gain equality. That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Right? So, and that just set everything off. And they were attacking me. They were saying that I hate women.
And that was how many years ago? 7 years ago?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is we can't do that nowadays.
Hell no.
It's bad nowadays. You can't even say certain things. You can't even bring up you can't touch on certain little sensitive topics or nothing. Like, you can't even type in certain things on social media, because then they'll block they'll basically not let you post it and say it's your post is under review. It's not accepted, because they don't want you to say certain things. Like, I guess nowadays you can't say COVID on social media, or they'll ban it and everything. It's crazy. You can't say things sometimes. I understand hurting people's feelings is not anybody's intention, but now it's more like controlled. It's crazy.
Well, look, cancel culture has become like a disease.
Yeah. I mean, some people need to be canceled. There's some people out there that are like, oh yeah, bro, you're gonna be canceled.
I mean,
but there's some people that are like,
in cases, sure.
Yeah.
But look, people, number one, intent has gone out the window. Mm-hmm. People just look at the thing that you do without looking at the intent behind it.
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's
Intent
what a lot of people
fucking
do now.
matters.
They jump to 0 to 100.
Exactly.
And they don't do their footwork on how it played out and what happened. They just automatically assume something, and then if they're wrong, they just accept it and say, "Oh, whatever, we're wrong," and then just move on like nothing just happened.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it's
and look, in the Bill of Rights, I don't remember there being your right to not be offended.
Yeah,
that's part of life.
It's culture, though. It's not law. That's what I'm saying.
But exactly. But people are so sensitive now. They really genuinely believe that
it's law.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, bro, they call words. They call it violence.
Yeah.
When I hear people say that, it makes me want to commit violence against them.
You know what grinds my gears?
You want violence?
You want violence? I'll show you violence.
I'll show you violence.
Ain't nothing, boy.
But, bro, like, that shit, again, cancel culture is poison. And it started, cancel culture is just a more extreme version of political correctness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Like, and again, people getting offended for other people, on behalf of other people.
That's wild to me.
It's insanity.
Yeah. I've seen altercations, or I've seen it happen before where like a person next to him is offended on behalf of this person, but this person is not expressing how he feels or she feels, and that person is more pissed off for that person, but the person that it actually directly happened to
didn't give a shit.
Whatever, but didn't speak up and say anything about, no, it's cool, don't even worry about it, no worries, blah blah blah. But this person's just flipping shit, so that because it's their friend, they're just gonna let them defend them all they want. So it's crazy.
I don't know, dude. Like it's the fact that it's permeated into like every facet of society now is wild.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Washington Redskins situation. Have you heard of it?
No, what happened?
Okay, so the Washington Redskins, or they used to be called the Redskins, they're now called the Washington Commanders. Okay. Not for sure, but they're still trying to pick a name. But in the process of them trying to pick a name, there's a group of people or a group of individuals signed a petition to change the name from Washington Redskins because it's offensive to Native Americans. Now, there's news coming out that there's a tribe in Washington that is filing a lawsuit against Washington Commanders to change their name back because the logo on the helmet is an actual person from their tribe. I think his name is Little White Calf or something. And they said that we don't want to change the name. We want them to honor the name and honor that person on their helmet. Like Little White Calf, it's like every time the way they see it is every time they go to the football field and they're going into battle. And Little White Calf was the same way. Everything he did, even if it was simple, he went into battle and took it 100%. Never half-assed it, just full chode. But anyways, they're suing to get the name back. But the reason they changed it is because other individuals around thought that it was offensive to those group of people of Native Americans, but Native Americans don't feel that way.
You don't have to be politically correct. You don't have to say other individuals. Middle-aged white women.
Well, we don't know. Here's the thing: we don't know who signed the petition. It could be anybody. But I can tell you for a fact that there's a Native American group.
Middle-aged white women. All those videos. It's always a Karen, brother.
This is crazy. You're gonna get us canceled.
Oh, so pretty much, the people who the logo was made after, and the team was named after, because they actually saw it as an honor.
The team was made in 1933. So I believe 1933. So there's background to everything. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure when they came up with the name, it was because of a Native American. I mean, isn't that the same face that's on a nickel?
Oh, what's it called? The buffalo nickel or something?
Yeah. No, there's a buffalo. No, the buffalo nickel, yes.
Yeah.
Did they fucking cancel those?
They might have.
I see them still.
Bro, everything is getting canceled now.
All I'm saying. Like Aunt Jemima.
Oh my god. Oh, don't get me started on that, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was pissed off about that.
Me too.
That's like a staple of syrup.
Yes.
You go to a store, you don't buy other bottles. You buy that old lady.
Aunt Jemima, yes. That is pancake syrup.
Canceled. God. You know what? I just seen one on eBay.
A bottle of Aunt Jemima?
Yeah, go to the store for like fucking $4 or $5. Dude, they're selling it online for like $120. It's because it's no longer here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But still, it's like stupid things like that. It's like, it's a syrup. And actually, when they did a survey on, do you think it's okay or do you think it's not okay? Are you offended by this? Majority of the people, because Aunt Jemima was black, majority of the people that were black said, no, I'm fine with it. It's cool. I like it.
Jesus.
But everybody else speaks on their behalf. I mean, it's crazy.
Dude, I mean, if we keep going down this path, literally nothing will be exempt. Nothing will be exempt from getting canceled.
Yeah.
If, like, can you imagine 30 years from now, right? If you are having a boy, right? Oh, you know what? Better yet. What happened a few years ago? You remember that story about the professor, right? Who was getting, like, attacked, not physically, but verbally attacked on campus at Yale? You remember? Did you hear about that?
I thought you said you can't be attacked verbally.
Okay, harassed. You're right. No, I said violence.
Attack
Words
is
are not
violence, bro.
Yeah, okay, true. See, it's even infecting my brain, dude.
It's changing you.
Okay, he was
talking about the one in Yale, right?
Yeah, he was being verbally
You
harassed.
talking about his wife?
Yes.
Okay.
So for those of you who don't know, there was a professor who was being verbally harassed on campus by a bunch of students who were calling for his job simply because there was an email sent by staff about Halloween costumes that they, can't be offensive. And they had a whole bunch of rules, and this professor's wife...
She dressed up like Pocahontas, didn't she?
Something like that, yeah. So the professor's wife sent an email in response and saying, hey, when did it come to this, like, they're kids, like, can't they be a little offensive, a little provocative? They're young adults.
Yeah.
Right? And
like room for a little bit of immaturity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I mean, technically.
So basically, she was saying, don't take it so seriously.
Yeah, that's what Halloween is.
Yeah.
Halloween is literally the day where you can do whatever you want as far as dressing up like a slut for college kids and stuff like that, or go out there and be who you aren't. You know what I mean? That's basically what Halloween is.
Yes.
Even if when I go out and I were to dress up like Freddy or Jason, I'm dressing up like somebody I'm not.
It's pretend.
Exactly. It's costumes. That's exactly what
it's like costumes. Being trans for a day. They get to pretend all the time. We get to pretend one day a year.
Canceled.
No, but so after the wife,
we're gonna get muted for 2 weeks.
Oh God. No, but after the wife sent that email saying like, "Hey, let kids be kids," kind of. Yeah. A whole bunch of the kids came and started verbally harassing her husband, who didn't even send the email.
Yeah.
And it's just like 40 minutes of them like screaming at him and telling him he should be fired. And...
So that's my point, though. It's like when she came out and said there should be a little bit of room for immaturity, a little bit of room for I forgot the word she says.
For being provocative, for being a little immature.
Anyways, when she said that, she was actually telling the truth about how she felt.
Yep.
My point is, nowadays, you can't do that. Because look how she got attacked. Now, if she wouldn't have said anything at all, she wouldn't be able to stand up for herself. But at the same time, since she did, she got attacked. So you can't even say anything nowadays because then you'll get attacked.
Not attacked, harassed.
Touche. Yeah, you can't. It's this generation. I wouldn't say just being soft, but it's a little bit more sensitive from the generation we came.
Little.
We were born in the 80s,
Yeah.
late 80s. So we came from the generation of everything was just so rough from the 70s and 60s when everything was just forming into what culture is. It was a lot more rough. I mean, the crack era was what?
I was like the
60s. 60s and 70s. I think it was
like
early
more
70s.
like 70s, 80s.
70s, 80s? So we were literally right after that.
Yeah.
So it was literally like intense. and then boom, the crack babies come. These guys are on the street. They're doing whatever they're doing, all freaking wired up because their parents were on crack. And then after that, we were hanging out with those guys, and then generations and generations. And nowadays, you can't even say anything. You'll get canceled.
Yeah. And again, intent is good. Like this. The wife of the professor was literally just saying, "Hey, let kids be kids. Don't be so strict on them." That was her intent.
Yeah.
But that's not what they cared about. They cared about how it could be perceived.
Yeah.
And again, they didn't even come after her. They came after her husband.
Well, it was the teacher was from Yale with her husband. His wife.
Well, they both worked at Yale.
Oh, they did?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, she might have been on leave because of the
Could
altercation. And who else are you going to talk to at that point?
Yeah.
Let's attack him.
Something very similar just happened in Antioch.
I just seen him in church, but let's attack him.
Oh God!
What happened in Antioch?
Another professor was being harassed over his wife's costume.
I didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, I don't know all the details of that one, but it's exactly.
But it happened close.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Antioch is not that far away, and dude.
Yeah, thank you for giving my location.
He lives at. No, but dude, they come after kids. They come after adults. They come after literally whoever. Just because I swear to God, it's like they like being offended.
Yeah. Speaking of kids, like how you're talking about the whole generational thing.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that kid at the Chiefs game?
No. What happened?
Oh, dude. So it's just a kid being a kid. You know how you go to games, like, for instance, Raiders are very popular with this. You dress up and you have, like, pirate gear and stuff like that. You're all decked in black and silver and shit. And you're like, it's like a costume, basically. Yeah. You even see fucking black gorilla costumes out there and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So this kid decided to put a chief's hat, like an actual, like a native chief hat, that with the feathers coming off your forehead.
A headdress.
A headdress. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, a headdress.
Okay, a headdress. And he painted his face like he's going into battle type of thing, like Saving Private Ryan type shit. Mm-hmm. And got all dressed up.
Private Ryan type shit?
Mel Gibson?
That's Braveheart.
Braveheart. He might as well have been Saving Private Ryan because he was battling. Freedom! Sorry. He had his Chiefs jersey on and everything like that. Now people are trying to cancel that kid. A kid. This kid's probably like, I'm going to say 10 or 11 years old. And he was just, I mean, we've been to games. And the culture at the games is like, it feels like it's very, like, you feel comfortable, you're at home. Other people are so nice to other people. And it's all about the kids having a good time. You know what I mean? It's a very family event type of situation. When you're at home or you're at work and you're talking shit to your coworker about football, it's not like that when you're at the games. When you're at the games, it's very, you know what I mean? Other than, like, Philly, it's different. You got snowballs getting thrown at you. But anyways, they're trying to cancel this kid and his mom's trying to stand up for him. Guess what the community's doing?
What?
Supposedly, this is what I'm hearing. We'll find out today. We're recording this in the morning, so I guess everybody heard about it and they're rallying up, and I guess there's supposed to be a whole bunch of people dressing up like that kid dressed last week, mm-hmm. just to support the kid, which I think is awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And this is just a kid that's 12 years old, man.
Jesus.
That's crazy. He's like innocent.
And he's just trying to support his football team.
He's just trying to have fun. Yeah. It's a chief.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs. So you're going to dress up like a chief. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you imagine trying to let your kids play Cowboys and Indians now?
Oh my God, that's great. Right?
Or Smear the Queer?
You know what? I got in trouble at work for doing that one time.
For playing Smear the Queer?
No, I tried to get a bunch of kids to play Smear the Queer, and I offended a coworker on accident, and it just went over my head, literally went over my head. I said sorry about it and everything, but it went over my head because it's just how we grew up when we were playing football.
Yeah.
It's 2-on-2, touch, you stop, you keep going, blah, blah, and then you also play Smear the Queer, which is more a rough game, and you tackle the person who has the ball. The name, I didn't think of anything of it, but I offended, I think I offended a few coworkers on accident, but yeah, that was an awkward moment for me too. I thought I was going to lose my job at that one point.
Really?
Yeah.
Over a game of Smear the Queer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I worked with kids. I worked with teenagers at the teen center back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a group of kids that were supposed to go out to an activity. We're supposed to pull them out of the building and go out to the park and play an activity.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the individual that had the activity lined up, the kids weren't feeling it at all. Mm-hmm. Remember, we're talking about teenagers. Teenagers are hard to get to do anything. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's stupid. Blah, blah.
I mean, you weren't tackling the kids, right?
No, we didn't even start playing.
Okay. I was going to say, because then that's a different conversation.
So her group activity wasn't working out because nobody wanted to be there. You know what I mean? They just wanted to be lazy watching TV at the teen center and playing pool and ping pong and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And it just wasn't working out. And I was trying to get my 2 cents to try to help out, but it went over my head with the name. And I said, hey, let's play Smear the Queer. One kid was like, what's that? Like, all you do is you stand around in a circle, you throw the ball up in the air, and whoever catches it, you have to book it, and you have to run. And you got to run for your life, because the first motherfucker to get you is going to tackle you. Everybody was like, yeah, let's play that. Then the person had the activity lined up, was like, what the hell? Like, this is my group activity. I was like, I'm sorry, I was just trying to turn a negative into a positive, trying to make something work out. Later on, I found out that she was, and I offended her.
So she was gay, and
yeah,
she
I offended her. I didn't know. I knew that, but it went over my head. The name.
Yeah.
But I almost lost my job because of it. And it's crazy because back when we grew up, Smear the Queer was just a freaking game of football.
Yeah.
It was just a name, but it wasn't.
I played Smear the Queer before.
It wasn't literally.
I knew what a queer was.
Yeah, exactly.
And even now, queer is not a bad term. Or isn't that an appropriate term? It's an appropriate term. Maybe it's the point that the game is you're supposed to tackle the gay person.
I didn't know. I don't know the history of the game.
Yeah,
but we all played Smear the Queer growing up, and it's just, yeah.
No, that's, oh my god, dude. Did I ever tell you the story about what happened at work with my finance director?
No, what happened with her?
So back when I worked at Mercedes, we had a dope finance director. His name was Joey. Chillest dude, coolest dude, right? Mm-hmm. And this chick came in as one of the finance managers, and so Joey, he wasn't like a lot of bosses. Like he didn't like separate himself from normal salespeople. You know what I mean? Like he hung out with us and was just chill.
Yeah.
And
this is the car business, right?
Yeah, it's car business. And so he went into the key room with one of the sales guys to get a set of keys and books for the customer, and he made a joke, right, to the other sales guy, and you know he was, because someone was being a Karen,
yeah,
right, and asking for the manager, and he was just like, oh, here's my manager, and he briefly grabbed his crotch. He did it. He thought he was out of visual range and earshot of this female finance manager, and again, he wasn't even talking to her, but she overheard and saw it, reported him to HR, and got him fired. And then she tried to get his job.
Same type of thing happened at my work, but I can't talk about it. Yeah, it's crazy. Was that girl in line?
No, she just started.
Oh, okay.
And she already had a reputation. She sued.
So she wasn't trying to make a move up and get over the person that was ahead of her?
Oh, that's exactly what she was trying to do.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened in my
That's exactly what she was trying to do. And she had already sued the last 2 dealerships she worked at for like sexual discrimination or something like that.
Mm.
But it's how deep it's come into like corporate politics now is wild. How like human resources or not even, bro, advertising.
Well, HR has always been a thing. It's just HR
now it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
But now they're like super powerful. But like advertising, like have you heard about what's going on with Elon Musk and X, formerly known as Twitter? Twitter. tweet. No, so like the whole reason.
It just reminds me. My name is Noah J. Bird. Oh, really? You fly? Tweet. Oh, like that? You remember that intro? Oh, right. All right, baby.
No, but Elon Musk bought Twitter because he wanted there to be a social media platform that wasn't completely controlled by politics, liberals, conservatives, whoever, wasn't controlled by the government, didn't answer to anyone, right? Like,
just go to Truth Social.
Like, I haven't heard of it.
Okay.
But like Instagram, Facebook, like they sell your information and give your information to the government, right? They keep tabs on you for the government. They were very obviously controlled by the liberal media, right? They were censoring.
Wanted to be an open platform.
Exactly. He believes in free speech, Elon Musk.
He believes in the law.
Yes.
Okay.
In constitutional freedoms.
Yeah.
And so, anyways,
not the law, the Constitution. Yeah.
Yeah, but cut to now, and now that everything that's going on with Israel and Palestine, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a whole bunch of ads on TV and billboards, saying, "Oh, stop anti-Semitism," and they're trying to push this narrative that
media is controlled. So yeah.
Yeah, but they're trying to push this narrative that if you disagree with what Israel's doing, that somehow you hate Jews. And it's not the same shit. Like, I can understand that what Hamas did was a terrorist attack, but I can also understand that what the Israeli government is doing is a war crime. They're bombing the shit out of civilians. Both are evil.
Innocent people are dying.
Yes. And that's like just because I can recognize that does not mean I dislike Jews.
Didn't Mia Khalifa just come out saying the same shit and she got canceled?
The porn star? Or former porn star?
Yeah.
Could be.
She's not a porn star. She used to be a porn star.
Yeah,
but she's like a
former porn star.
She has a podcast and all that other shit now.
Yeah.
But I think she just got canceled for
I'm not
doing
surprised.
the same kind of crap.
I'm not surprised. And
I think it was on Twitter. Or X, on X.
And so that's what's going on right now. Like if right now you're being told that if you don't 100% support what Israel's doing, you're an anti-Semite. Mm-hmm. You hate Jews.
Yeah.
And this random dude on X, I guess, made a comment about how, like, not that I agree with it, but he made a comment about how, like, he doesn't like this, that Jews have been like trying to talk down on white people for years or something like that. And Elon Musk made a comment on that, saying that he's speaking the truth, basically that he agreed.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, there's a lot of history behind that. A lot of biblical history behind that.
Yeah, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
Again, look,
that's a deep dive for sure.
Yes, I'm talking about like right now, what's going on right now.
Yeah.
It's, again, they are not mutually exclusive. You can understand that both Hamas and the Israeli government did horrible shit, and the Israeli government is still doing horrible shit.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with saying that.
Yeah.
Okay? And, again, not that I agree with what the guy said, or that I agree with Elon Musk agreeing with it.
Yeah.
But he didn't say anything really fucking wrong.
You literally beat around the bush.
Exactly. And now Disney and Apple and all these other companies are pulling their advertisements from X, right? And Elon Musk actually went on, he did an interview afterwards, and he was like, "Oh, you're trying to blackmail me with money? Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
And then he called out the CEO, Bob Iger, of Disney. He was like, "Hi, Bob."
Hi, Bob.
Right after he said, "Go fuck yourself."
What was that video?
The falling through the
falling through the ceiling. Hey, Bob. Hey, Billy. As he falls through the ceiling. That's funny as hell.
Oh, it's hey Ron.
Oh, hey Ron.
Hi Billy.
Hey Billy.
That hurt. That hurt. No, but like I'm not the biggest fan of Elon Musk, but I gained so much respect for him for that, dude. Like, do you understand how much his company's losing because of this?
No.
And he is like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And it's like Matt Rife, the comedian. He did something very, very similar recently, right?
Yeah.
In his newest stand-up special, have you heard about this?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so
I haven't watched it yet, but I still gotta watch it. I heard it's freaking hilarious.
I'm literally waiting to watch it, but I can't wait.
Well, you better watch it before it gets... I might get taken down.
No way. Netflix, if they didn't take down Chappelle...
That's another guy standing up. Yeah.
Netflix stands behind their talent, which is something I actually really respect. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter the backlash that everyone else is saying...
But at the end of the day, fuck those prices, right?
It's
what is it, like $25 now?
I think it's like $16.99 for just basic Netflix.
No, nobody does basics, so it's like $25.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, no, so he in his newest special, Matt Rife he made a joke about how like him and his buddy went to this restaurant in Baltimore and they noticed that the waitress had a black eye.
Yeah.
And Matt Rife's buddy was like, oh, she's kind of the face of the restaurant. Like, now, with her having a black eye, maybe they should put her back in the kitchen.
Well, not literally the face of the restaurant, but like the first face they see.
Yeah, the first face you see when you go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Like the representative of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And so the friend was like, oh, maybe she should be put back in the kitchen while she has that black eye. And Matt Rife made the joke that, if she could cook, she probably wouldn't even have that black eye. Right? It's not that bad of a joke.
Yeah.
And people are going after him. Hardcore.
Ape shit.
Trying to cancel him. And
if you know Matt Rife, he's like Theo. He's just out there. He's just there.
He doesn't give a fuck.
He's very raw and he'll
say what comes to mind.
Yeah.
But again, there's no malicious thought to it. It's just like his response to people trying to cancel him. He posted an apology, right, with a link to like I forgot what kind of link it was.
It said if any of my jokes hurt your feelings or offended you, click this link.
Yes.
And tell me what your thoughts were.
Yeah.
But it was a link to a handicap
special needs helmet.
And there's no room for comment. It was just you put it in your cart and you buy it, or you just shut the fuck up and move on.
But no, like, dude, I'm like people like that who stand up against cancel culture like that, right?
Yeah.
I have so much respect for it, dude.
Yeah, for sure. But at the same time, do you think because he's a comedian that people shouldn't be really tripping because it's his job to make people laugh? And obviously, there's going to be pros and cons to everything you do, and you're not going to get the views or laughs from everybody in the world. You're going to have a certain audience from one side or the other. You're going to have people that don't like it. But because he's a comedian and it's his job to make people laugh, do you think he has a pass to go ahead and say what he wants to say freely as far as comedians and comedy? Because back in the day, comedy was a lot more worse. Bernie Mac, same. Bernie Mac's dead now.
Yeah.
But Bernie Mac had a joke where it was like something about a bus, and it was something about, and at the end of the day, the bus driver was retarded, and I don't know. It's just he said he was teasing me. It was a punchline. I don't remember the joke word for word, but Bernie Mac used to say that. It said a joke too, and it was the Kings of Comedy too. Mm-hmm. It was a bigger platform than Netflix. Kings of Comedy is like historic. And then before him, there was a lot more other. Who's that other guy?
There was Patrice O'Neal.
There was Cedric. He was pretty bad.
Cedric. Yes. I mean, there was a lot of them, dude.
There was a lot of it was just worse back then.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Now, because he's a comedian, do you think he should have a pass to say funny things and make jokes about things? Because comedians talk about offensive things all the time because it's a new thing that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Anything that's relevant, making a joke. You know what I mean? Like the whole Will Smith slapping
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Everybody went off. I think Kevin Hart started a little bit on that.
Yes, he did.
You know what I mean? It's just relevant.
Look, comedians have always tried to make light of very serious issues, right? Richard Pryor did comedy.
That's what I was thinking. Richard Pryor.
Richard Pryor
was bad.
Dude, he did comedy about how he almost burned himself to death because he was high. And he burned like 2/3 of his body.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had jokes, but like Pete Davidson had 9/11 jokes.
Yeah.
Right after 9/11, and his dad died.
Yeah.
In one of those towers.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm not going to say that just because he's a comedian he should be given a pass. There shouldn't have to be a fucking pass, right? With an artist like that, like Matt Rife, a comedian, right, musician, movie actor, whatever it is, you know what hurts them the most? Money. If you don't like it, don't pay for his show.
Yeah, that's how you can show your support.
Exactly.
You can rally people up to say, hey, I wouldn't watch that, or that's not cool. You know what I mean?
Yes. But it very much kind of sounds like, and I remember, I forgot who it was, but he was talking to these social justice warriors, right? Who were like, you can't have a different opinion from them. They scream at you and they don't let you talk, and they use terms as insults that you would have never, like being called a cis man. Mm-hmm. I still don't know what cis means, but it's an insult now. Basically, I think it just means a straight guy.
I got a ball somewhere? I have an assist somewhere?
No, but I think it just means like a straight man.
Yeah.
Now it's a bad thing to be a straight man, according to some of these social justice warriors.
Yeah.
Right? Pronouns and all this bullshit. But here's the thing. You know who were the biggest social justice warriors of the last century, in the 1900s? The Nazis. They were the biggest social justice warriors.
I feel like I'm walking on rocks sometimes now.
Yeah. It's and again, it's what do you mean, like eggshells?
On eggshells, sorry, walking on eggshells. Like the other night, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, we were on the game and we met that girl.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not those people, are you?
Oh, when she was like, you don't make racist jokes, right?
No, yeah. But then I was like, in my head, I was like, okay, she's going to get easily offended by anything I say. That whole fucking game that we were playing, I was obviously quiet than normal. Because I didn't want to offend her at all. So, because I didn't know what her limits were as far as comedy or jokes or anything like that. Because I didn't want to, I don't want her to, report me for any reason. So I kind of felt like I had, a leash on my neck.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, dude, you're making me feel uncomfortable not being able to just talk. I'm not saying I'm going to say something offensive, but I don't want to have to watch my every word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even if I were to refer to her of wrong pronouns, you're talking to somebody's voice. You're not seeing their person. You know what I mean?
And you know what? I'm going to bring up a topic that you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I say it. And any guys listening right now, you're going to know exactly what I mean. It's kind of like how it feels at work being around women. Like you kind of feel like you're more restrained. You can't be yourself. You can't make jokes.
You can't shoot the shit with other men like
exactly. That. Right? Like it kind of, not that I'm saying that it's women's fault, right? But it has become this thing. I've literally heard men say they don't like having female coworkers because they can't talk like themselves. Right? And that shouldn't be a fucking thing. Right? Like it shouldn't be to the point where men don't want to work with women because they can't be themselves at work.
Yeah, true. I understand that, but then there's also the views of the women. So women aren't supposed to work in a men's environment at all, because there's people who have different preferences on profession. Mm-hmm. I understand, like in an office space, you're gonna have a variety of different people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But say, for instance, I work as a heavy equipment operator working big machinery, and we have a few females on staff, but we're not supposed to. You know what I mean? It's like they could still have the right to work in that environment, but at the same time, it's like I get what you're saying, because when certain coworkers are around me, I have to
You
tone
have
it
to
down.
walk on eggshells, because you're afraid.
But I do have another coworker. I'm not gonna name her name, but she works not in my department. She has the rawest mouth I've ever heard. Not even worse than most men that I know.
Oh, myself too, dude. Like
She
all the women I've worked with,
the guys can't even hang with her.
No, here's the thing. All the
and she's like 50, 57.
Yeah.
She's up there in age. She was like, "Oh my God, Grandma, why are you yelling at me?"
Bro, at one of my previous jobs, I had a woman ask me to have a threesome with her and her boyfriend.
Oh my God.
But no, like I'm not saying like
It sounds like a car business type of thing, huh?
No, this was separate from the car business actually. But no, like all the women that I've worked with have been super cool.
Yeah.
Right? What I'm saying is that there's this attitude, right, amongst men when women are working alongside them. Mm-hmm. Like they have to be more restrained because they've heard the horror stories, and I saw it, right? Like with Joey and the chick who got him fired, right? Like I've seen those kinds of things. Those things really fucking happen.
Yeah.
Right? Where they like, boom, fired, and you have this black mark now, and his whole career at Mercedes-Benz, he can't ever use because he can't use them as a reference now.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's that's what I'm saying. That kind of fear, and it, like I said, it started with political correctness in the 90s and 2000s, and now it's turned into cancel culture, where literally the company would rather fire you for no reason and let you sue and they'll pay you off than have you be a liability because sexual harassment claims are way more expensive for them. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's there's got to be a way to get back to it being balanced, where like logic and reason are decide what's good or bad to say. You know what I mean? Like again, intent. Like what is the person actually trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas right now, like you can literally say anything and someone will find fault with it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have Ring?
I got Ring.
Do you go on the neighborhood community thing?
Yes, all the time.
So many Karens. It's so funny sometimes.
Dude, I feel like they're coming out in bunches now. I don't know if it's just because we see them more now that people are like recognizing.
It's Ring though, so I in my head when I see a Ring, it's like.
But all over social media.
It's like old ladies that are retired, that don't have anything to do, but they want to stay in touch with the community.
Yeah.
And they're just super in touch. Oh, I see cops flying down blah 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 street. What's going on? And I just in me, I'm like, they're doing their job. Just go back to knitting. Jesus. It's like they're in everything.
Yeah. It's again being offended is now a sport.
So
it's the new sport.
So how do you think we got here? From when we grew up playing Cowboys and Indians, Smear the Queer and everything like that, to changing to now. Obviously, it's generational, and times change. But how do you think we got here?
Oh, you don't want to. You don't want to hear my answer to this.
I want to know.
No, this.
I always say it. Live your truth, bro. Let me know how you feel.
You really want to know?
No, I don't.
I might get canceled.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Forget it. Tell me.
We now.
So we don't get canceled. Kind of tone it down.
No, I mean.
Do I feel like
here's the thing.
Do I feel like I'm making you feel
actually,
uncomfortable walking on eggs?
If you actually think about what I'm saying, you're gonna understand. If you're one of those people who just want to get offended to get offended, this is gonna sound horrible.
Do you think I'm one of those people?
No, you know. But again, we have people listening from all over the world now, so
no offense.
But I think the biggest part of the problem is we have a generation raised by women that who act upon their emotions.
Are the rates? I mean, are this? I want to look into the stats of that for sure.
Oh yeah, there's more single mother households than ever before. Not even close. Like one big one is in the black community, right? Back in the 50s and 60s, single mother households made up about 20% of those communities, black communities. Now it's jumped to over 70%. It might even be 80% now. That means 80% of black family households don't have fathers. It's mothers, right?
So you think that there's not a fatherly figure in the household?
It's basically there isn't someone in the household to get them to have thick skin.
Growing up, a friend of mine in elementary school made a comment and said, "Hey, you have the coolest parents." And I was like, and my parents were cool. They used to bring fucking snack for all the kids and stuff like that all the time. You have the coolest parents. And then I asked him one time, I was like, "Why do you think that?" So, man, my parents fight all the time, and they're probably going to divorce. So then when he said that, I was literally in 6th grade, right? When he said that, I stepped back and I was like, how many of my friends have a strong household as far as mother and father are still there hitting it off and going forward? And how many people have single mothers or single fathers? Dude, out of my friends group at the time, I was literally the only person that had a mom and a dad.
You were the only person, like, for the longest time until I met Bobby.
Yeah. Bobby's family's so funny, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, you were the first
they're
person.
They're like a perfect couple, Bobby's mom and dad.
And by the way, let me reiterate, I'm not blaming women, right? Men are just as responsible for leaving as women are for there being single mother households.
Yeah.
Right? They're equally both as responsible. I'm just saying we now have generations of men raised solely by women.
Yeah.
And I think it's led to this trend where, again, they act with feelings instead of reason. You know what I mean? Like, it's again, you know, when my dad was teaching me how to swim, you know what he did? He threw me in the deep end of the pool, and he said, swim. Right? Can you imagine that being done now? No.
Well, they throw babies in the water, bro.
Do they really?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah. That's
I hear about...
That's how you teach a kid to swim. They got to figure it out themselves. But anyways, like I'm saying.
Yeah,
but when you don't do that and you go straight to like 5 years old, you don't know how to swim, you throw your kid in there, yeah, it's different.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's to them, they can't be offended or like, I really genuinely think there's a lot of people who believe that the law is that they have the right to not be offended.
So you think it's starting the household?
Yes.
I think it's because of the internet.
Really?
Yeah. I think
Please elaborate, sir.
Not just social media, I'm talking about the internet. Once the internet came out, you were more in touch and communication with other people and what's going on. So you can be easily influenced in whatever's happening in New York, people in California are starting to do. Whatever people in California are doing, people in Ohio were doing. You know what I mean? It's just more lines of communication, because before the internet, you're passing out letters or you're mailing letters and stuff like that, and you're calling on pagers and shit. I don't even think, did cell phones come out? Yeah, cell phones are out, but you'd like communication, but you didn't actually see full-time internet, like stories being developed and stuff like that. So once that happened,
the internet didn't get really, really big until like Google.
And then it got worse with social media. You had MySpace come out, or you had Friendster, you had MySpace, before all that, AOL. It's just the lines of communication came up, and it's just like you got more in touch with everybody else in the world. Now you can literally talk to anybody in real time, anywhere around the world. You know what I mean? So now it's like, oh, they're doing this out in California. We're going to do that too, because we agree with that. And they're just the lines of communication of social media is influencing people. And now there's a culture nowadays where you do things that are fake. And you do things just to rally people up, to kind of like trigger people intentionally. And now other people are starting to see that. Trolling, basically.
Yeah.
And you just do that on purpose, and now everybody does it. So for instance, say we go to a rally or go to an event, right? And I want to trigger everybody. So I'm going to do something. I'm going to trigger somebody, get somebody's attention, and trigger another person, get that person's attention, starting an argument. Then I'm going to walk away. I'm going to have those two people argue and just rally everybody else to fucking start arguing. Now,
so pretty much what you did to me in Oakland.
Yeah. So now that's just a thing nowadays. No, but what I did was I seriously did it because I knew you would have a good point of view on it. Mm-hmm. And I kind of felt like the girl was kind of like stuck in her ways. Yeah. And I knew you were open-minded, so I knew this conversation would be good. So anyways, there's now a fake culture now is very popular where it's influencing other people to do things, stuff like that. So I think social media and the internet is what actually started a lot of it too.
Okay.
Obviously started from
I always just thought the internet gave us great access to porn, but okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, so then do you think there's any way back now? Like, do you think that there's a way?
I'm a big believer on history repeats itself. So it's gonna I think that it's gonna get to a certain point, and then it's gonna reset.
Okay.
I believe it's gonna go forward and advance, obviously, but then something's gonna cut it off at its legs, and it's just gonna.
See, but I hope that doesn't happen. Now that's traditionally what has happened throughout history. Like when society gets to a breaking point in one way or another, right?
Then it
has a collapse.
It has a reality check.
Yeah. I'm kind of hoping that we're on a type of pendulum, right? Like
in our lifetime, no, it won't change. It'll get worse.
You think it'll just keep getting worse?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a bleak outlook there, sir.
It is what it is. You gotta adjust to the new.
You know what it makes me think of? Remember that bit from Key and Peele where he has a angry black translator?
No. I've watched a lot of Key and Peele, but not that one.
Yeah. It's
Megan! I've seen that one.
That could become a thing, dude. Like, obviously not to that level, it's a joke, but I'm just saying, like everything you say has to be censored so much, right? Mm-hmm. Like, there's going to be programs to, like, check if your text or your email is politically correct.
Yeah.
And then it's going to highlight sections and be like, hey, if you don't want to offend these people, you shouldn't say this.
Like, AI jumping in and giving you advice.
Yeah. That could actually become a thing. Oh, God, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, fuck you, social justice warriors. My goodness.
Yeah, but at the end of the day...
Why can't we do what English did with their criminals?
But at the end of the day, we're not intentionally trying to hurt people. That's not...
No, those people I am trying to hurt.
Well, I don't know about you, but me, I'm not intentionally trying to hurt people. It's more of like trying to adjust to nowadays society. It's gonna take some work. You know what I mean? Because I'm all about improving for sure. Yes. But at the same time, it's like I'm trying to still be me at the same time, but you got to be me at a certain percentage.
That's where I have a problem with it.
I mean,
it's the fact that like it's literally taking all fun out of life.
Yeah, but there's, like, for instance, if we were to go to the bar and we ran into a situation, it'd be complete bullshit. But if I went to work and ran into this bullshit, it's acceptable because it's a workplace of being professional.
But it's now acceptable because we've let it become acceptable.
It's all based off of where you're at, I think.
I hate it.
We have to grow as people sometimes, you know what I mean?
Of course we have to grow as people, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't focus on minorities' rights and things like that and actually improving shit.
Yeah.
Right? But getting mad over fucking nothing, right? Like
you're nothing might be somebody's something.
Here's the thing. I'm fine with you attacking ideas, right? That's good. It's when you start attacking people. Like thinking all Republicans are bad just because they're Republicans.
Yeah,
or conservatives. Or thinking all Democrats are bad just because they're Democrats.
Yeah.
That's where I have a problem. And on that note, it's time to wrap up the pod. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We really appreciate it.
Good conversation for sure.
For sure. You guys have a great one. Go Niners.
Later.
Peace.